Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time is of the Storm Collectibles Injustice Bane. This is an early product sample sent over by Storm Collectibles. I appreciate you guys. You know you do. Keep doing what you do. And this is going to be a look at the early review. It. The best thing I can tell you is that there will be some squeaking in it because it's not the final product. But yeah, easily I can say this piece is a beast. I've posted some pictures earlier on social media, and it definitely shows that he holds up, and they've continued to grow and get better it is at what they do. So let's take a look at the figure. Real quick, I gotta say, this dude is gigantic. It does not show here because there's nothing to compare to him, but as soon as I get to the size comparison, you realize just how big this guy is. Or if you can tell by the way the depth is of the setup, that even at the the gateway in the background, he's bigger than the gateway. Like he's so much larger than life. On the back side, we have the venom canister with the setup. We have the two pipes flowing out, and sorry, not the two pipes. We have the two main valves going into the legs, the upper portion going into arm. These you can actually tuck in wherever you feel like. There was no real use for them, and I'm okay with that because even design wise, it kind of just shows them like that. I tried looking it up. I was like, wow, there's no place to really put these. They kind of just give you a free motion to do what you want with those, which I'm totally fine with. Now, as far as the articulation goes, this is actually one of those funny things because I didn't think he would be able to do too much, but he's actually able to do a lot upper torso wise and still gets a nice bit of range in the legs as well. Now, his head can go left, it can go right, it can go up, it can go down. Thanks to Storm Collectibles' soft plastic idea that they've been running with, you have a great way of getting very expressive. And I use that word a lot, and that's because with posing, you can do your plain Jane stuff where it's just him standing up like this, or you can get really good at the posing. And what I mean by expressive, body language expresses a lot. So I'll show you that with some poses, hopefully in photos, where it brings these guys to life. That's what I mean by it. You can actually see the straining of the neck from the body probably growing from the overdose of venom that he's on. The venom veins, the actual, I don't know, oh, these are the straps. These are more gauntlets going into with the venom. It's really nice. Now, upper torso wise, you get your standard Storm Collectible stuff. You get your butterfly joint that rotates around. Like I said, lots of noise, right? Then we have the bicep swivel, which is a nice clean cut. Arms are double jointed. So he is not pressed. Like he's going to literally body press you. You get this great standard articulation on the ball joint, which rotates all the way around with no issues. And the gauntlets are movable as well. So you can actually remove those should you want to make a cool custom out of this or go crazy with it. Do whatever it is you want to do. The butterfly joint is actually really nice on both ends. Because like I said, should you want to flex with this soft plastic, you can actually get a great range of motion to just, get your Hulk Hogan status on. Flex them up. Rotate those arms in just a little bit. Voila, right? Then you can put that back. Now we have the swivel on the upper torso, and this guy's so big I have to hold him like this. You can go left and right, and you have a great forward ab crunch and a backwards ab crunch, as you can see here. Forward, backwards. And there is a lower ab crunch. So even though it's soft plastic, it's going to look a little wonky at first. Once you position those legs, you'll be able to do whatever it is you choose to do with this guy. Now, I'm going to just pose him up in a way so you can kind of see him walking. We'll see how you guys feel about that. Let me fix this gauntlet real fast. I want to make sure it looks very clean when I do it. Oop, now this one came off. Now, voila. This is what I mean by expressive. It looks natural as he walks. Oh, very terrifying, very impending. I really like that. As far as the leg articulation goes, as we fix the upper torso to be however it is we choose it to be, the legs actually go really far out, as you can see here. You get a nice set of range. You also have a thigh swivel that rotates on this guy, and the leg can go forward. It's a nice double joint, rotated pretty far back, but it does not touch each other. Gives it that little bit of range there, a little bit of gap there. One thing that Bane suffers from, I think the only real suffers that you get, is that while you get a very nice ankle pivot that rotates in, it does not slide in with the whole body. And that's to hold up and counter for his gigantic weight that he has going on. You do get a toe pivot though, so keep that in mind. And you can swivel back and forward. If your stuff is too tight, please, please make sure you heat it up. It is these winter months now, so you know how they ship out. It's going to be very cold, and that could leave your plastic in a state of being fused. So just be careful. Definitely recommend you heat it up just because it's the winter months. Now, real quick, I want to show off this balance that Bane has. Just do a quick running pose and show that he can actually hold his weight and whatever it is he chooses to do. So let's make sure you can even out and distribute your weight, because I did this earlier. Just want to make sure it's totally possible by doing it on camera. Voila. That's Bane on one leg. So that goes to show you that. Now, Bane doesn't come with much because he's all about breaking the bat, so you got to keep that in mind. I know the squeaking is going to kill it for some of you guys, so I apologize in advance, but I did warn you in the beginning. So let's fix these trunks in this soft plastic. Voila. Let's set you down. We're going to talk about Bane's few hands that he gets, because Bane is all about destroying the bat with his hands. One thing that kind of people forget about Bane, I don't know how and why, is that Bane may be terrifying with the venom, but he's also a very smart and cunning dude. And if you haven't read Gail Simone's Secret Six, it's amazing. And her Suicide Squad run. So you should definitely read it, the stuff with Bane. Now, I know some people love Naked Bane or the new Tom King Rebirth Bane, but the Injustice one definitely cuts it for me as a very nice one to settle in on breaking the bat. It's a mix between the new school and old school, or some sort of movie variation of Bane, and the Injustice one definitely does it right. Look-wise, it's captured the I'm on Venom, and I'm still very good at what I do. Now, you get these open classic palms that you kind of get for being terrifying or looking down, or these action palms. And then you get the more open action palms, definitely for gripping or battling characters, whether they be Batman or Catman if they fight amongst themselves, or even just crossing over with other characters. So you get these actions, and then you get the fist. The only thing you're not getting with Injustice Bane, that I think that they could have thrown in, but I don't think they would have allowed it anyway, would have been the teddy bear. But since it's Injustice Bane, I don't recall seeing a teddy bear with him at any point. So that's that. Now, I know what we're going to do. We're going to jump into size comparisons, because I know that's the thing that everybody wants. They want to see how big this guy is. So we're going to do that first. Since there are no DC characters to compare with this guy, first I'm going to do is I'm going to compare him to Storm Collectibles' other larger characters, so you guys can see just how big this guy is. So here he is next to Sagat. Let's move you over. And as you can see, he is actually bigger than Sagat. And then here he is next to Zangief. So you can see, he is a mountain of a man. Definitely has the size and the weight on him. So keep that in mind. So let's move these guys over. Next up, we're going to compare it to Goro, also from Storm Collectibles. Now you can see Goro is still holding the title of tallest character at Storm Collectibles. The only one that is now even remotely close to him will be Bane. Here we are with a Marvel Legends Hulk, a much bigger character, but still has nothing on Bane and his Venom from Injustice. So even with Hulk hunched over a little bit, but even as Hulk stands up, it's nothing compared to them. So let's move these guys out real fast. I'm going to fix that dial problem. Let's slide you back over gently. There we go. Next up, we're going to compare it to Storm Collectibles' Sector, which I'll also be reviewing. Here he is next to a Mythic Legion's Ogre, which has some height. But again, even he looks kind of small next to Bane. So there we are with the general, technically smaller characters than him. Next up, we're going to do DC Collectibles Black Manta. Sorry, DC Essentials Black Manta. Then we're going to do a Marvel Legends Captain America. Because you can see everyone is literally tiny. We're going to do a Mezco Gomez. And a Mythic Legions figure. This is a female warrior. This is a specialty one. I just got her in, thanks to Nicole. Haven't memorized her name yet. So as you can see, all these characters are pretty much smaller than Bane. I can actually get them all in a round and circle him. He would still tower over all of them. Next up, we have SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga. We have an Articulated Icons Ninja, in case you want to do it like a League of Shadows and a team up with Bane. Then we have a 1000 Toy Synthetic Human. Voila. Lots of larger than life characters here. But last but not least, the thing that everybody wants to see, I saved it for last to be silly. Here he is next to a Mezco Batman. Now, the reason why I saved Batman for last is because everyone knows Batman and Bane, Batman and Bane. And I think that if you're going to do the oversized, super cool DC cover stuff, this is going to be a great matchup for you guys. I can clearly see this is what everyone's going to go for, the classic rivalry screen battle. Oh, sorry. The rivalry covers and the cool splash page stuff. This will be larger than life. It'll be fantastic to cross these guys over. So you should definitely do that. I think they fit well for a Super Venom Bane and a Batman. Just easily it's done. Now, until Storm does one, because I'm pretty sure they'll probably get around to doing some sort of armored Batman, it'll hold you down until then. In the meantime, I cannot say that this is a bad figure because there's a really cool, awesome Bane, and that's something we don't actually get very often. So it's cool to see a super hyped up Venom one, especially if you played the Batman games, the Arkham games. You can totally see this being one of those versions as well. So it works in as a fit in just about anywhere. In the meantime, guys, I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed this early review. And as always, I hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Later.